Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of My Panther
Welcome,
Pride.
welcome.
Welcome. Today we're gonna go over a little bit of news and we're gonna break down last year's last game of Memphis versus Michigan, since it's the first game that we're gonna have on our schedule this year.
The most recent action that the Panthers have had against them.
Right. Yeah. I think that's with everything that's kind of gone on in the offseason so far, that's where we can start.
The closest that we have.
Right.
All right, well, you want to start with the news?
Yeah. In most recent news, we re-signed Marcus Sims.
This is big, I think.
Big news. In our last video, we were just talking about Malik Turner being signed, and we were thinking he was trying to cut, like, he might have been a filling in for Marcus Sims. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a replacement. But it's real nice to see him back.
Right. Yeah. I mean, led the team in receptions, receiving. Like you see, 23 for 426 and 3 touchdowns. One of them being in this game that we were the most recent game against the Showboats.
Yeah, we got that right here. Some of Marcus's stats. 23 catches for 426 yards, like you just said, 3 touchdowns. You know, averaging 53.3 yards. That's crazy.
Per game, yeah. I mean,
per game.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing pretty good. He was,
I mean, like you said, with the Malik Turner, the addition of him, plus now we got Sims back. So
yeah, that's nice.
Good additions to the stable, even though Sims is an addition, he's just returning, but still
returning. Yeah, it was kind of questionable. We didn't know if he signed with somebody over the offseason and didn't know if he was going to return to the UFL or not.
Right.
So, but let's get into the breakdown from last year.
Yep. So, last year, week 8, we beat them 24-18. Like we kind of touched on earlier, it was very, very competitive game. I mean, it seemed like it could have got out of hand early, but it didn't. So, I mean, it was competitive. We always want our team to blow the other team out, but good games they keep your interest longer. So,
yeah, it's nice whenever you have the whole team like firing on all cylinders. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Between the special teams unit, the offense, and the defense, that really decides games.
Absolutely. And I think that we kind of fell short of that in this game, which we'll get into. But all right, so we're going to start with the Panthers offense, right?
Yeah, let's dig in with the offense. You know, Bryce Perkins and Brian Lewerke, they both came out and showed out. They got their first touchdowns for the season.
They were both moving and grooving, man. Lewerke was having dots down the field, and Bryce Perkins was showcasing what he's gonna do this year. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. With that mobility that he has.
Oh yeah. Just the ability to just break, contain, and get around to the outside. I mean, he's turning something that anybody a little less athletic is going to be just sacked, and it's a small gain, but as opposed to a large loss, it's huge.
Huge. Yeah, and you know, he was pretty efficient in the passing game too. He went 7 for 9 in that game. So
yeah. 7 for 9, 50 yards and a touchdown, or with the 50-yard touchdown to Gray. So I mean, that was like that sealed the game really at the end.
Right. And then we had Devin Gray. He really showed out this game. Yes. You know what I'm saying? He's not a guy that gets the ball a lot, but you know, he had 6 receptions for 84 yards and a touchdown. They were all season highs, man. Like, it was great.
Oh yeah. It was good. Their offense was really rolling. I think having the bounce back between Perkins and Lewerke, you know, working in, having to them get the defense thinking about mobility, and then you throw Lewerke in there, it seemed to work easily. They were stretching the field. I mean, not to mention, our running game was going. Colburn was he had 2 touchdowns in this game, so he was he was a dog too, man.
Yeah, Matt Colburn, man, I'm excited to see what he can do this year. He was a dog last year.
Oh yeah,
he was a playmaker for sure.
He was like he's a cornerstone really of the whole team. in my opinion. I mean, you
Yeah.
have obviously a lot of people talk about the trenches, but the work he put in was great. I mean, 93 yards in this game, 2 touchdowns, and
Right.
especially you add like Jaden, the new signing. So good
Yeah,
things.
them two together.
I
It's
know.
gonna be a show, man. It's gonna be nice to watch.
Oh yeah. Plus, I mean, we'll see what happens with the QB, but I still think they're going to be, like we said, bouncing back, getting a little change of pace in there. But
Right.
and then we go to the QB situation in Memphis.
Yeah. That was Quentin Dormady. He came out and he started that game pretty hot, man. He was out there.
Case Cookus.
Oh yeah, Case
Yeah.
Cookus. It's
Yeah.
Case Cookus. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about this year.
Yeah. You're.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about this year and this year's showdown.
Yes,
But
sir.
we're gonna touch on that.
Yeah. But
Thanks
yeah,
for correcting me.
yeah, no problem. But
Yeah.
I mean, he started it good. He started the game hot. I mean, that's literally their first play on offense. I mean, obviously Michigan went down, drove, good drive, and got the touchdown as they did. I think it was 4 or 5 straight games they had their first drive was a touchdown. But then David Davis, man, he
Yeah.
hit I think it was like a streak. He just had a little bit of a move, and then he went straight down the whole outside and scored 65-yard touchdown first play.
3 receptions for 86 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like magic when they gave him the ball.
He was just dropping them in there.
But that's where our defense stepped up, man. Our defense really started locking him down.
Yeah. We definitely improved. They went through like surges. So we would hold them, and then they would have like a little breakout, gain a little bit momentum, and then they would kind of resurge back, and then we would stop it, and then our offense would push forward. So I mean, the flow of the game was nice. We were ahead the whole time, so it was kind of like they pushed, we pushed, they pushed. We just happened to be there first, which is nice.
Right. Yeah, we got that first score. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a day for Daywood.
Oh yeah, Daywood day. And then we talk about the guy who you're rocking today, the jersey. So we had a little battle today, or that day.
Yeah, that day. It was a little bit of a special teams battle. It was kind of sad. Jake Bates missed his first one that day.
First one at home. I think he had one away, but first one at home. So it was like still rocking in Ford Field, but he missed it. I can't remember what it was, but Conklin, however you say his name, he had a 55-yarder. So it was like it was a battle, like we were talking about, of special teams. It was all phases of football in this game.
Oh yeah, like special teams can make or break a game.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jake Bates, he was a big part of that. The winning team that was Michigan last year.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it was really the sum of all parts. It wasn't like you talk about a lot. There's never going to be a star. You're never going to have an existing,
like franchise guy.
Yeah, like a franchise.
Tom Brady with the Patriots.
Yeah, so it's in a league like this, you have to be ever revolving, and you have to be able to roll with the punches. And it's good to see that they were like the sum of all parts, man. I mean, Bates was a huge part of that, but I mean, he can only do so much. They have to get him down there.
Right. And like Michigan, we had plenty of injuries, kind of like the Lions this year, but it was on the offensive side of the ball. We lost 2 QBs to injuries last year. I mean, ended up losing a third one with Bryce Perkins towards the end of the year.
Right. But I mean, next man coming up, and I mean, everybody got to showcase what they do, and then now look, we have possibly a 4-way battle at QB going in, and 4 people who can contribute at the quarterback position battling for the spot. So,
like we said earlier, or like I said earlier, training camp this year is going to be crazy.
Yeah, it is, man. Everybody's going to be fighting for them spots.
Yeah, because I believe right now we have 68 on the roster. We have 68 signed, and by the beginning of the season, we need
58 right now.
Oh, 58?
58.
Okay.
So
Well,
it's
we
not
need
as
to cut.
much cutting. I was like, man, we really got to get rid of 18 people. Holy crap.
I thought last time I looked it said 68. My bad.
Oh, you're good, man.
But yeah, the final roster is 51.
Oh, it's 51. Oh, I thought it was
Yep.
50 flat for some reason.
It was last year. They added another player. I don't know why.
Okay. Missed that. Thank you, sir. All right. And then, yeah, I mean, the reason we won the game, I think, that they had a missed 2 point. Our defense was standing tall the whole time, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
Defense.
when they needed to.
Right. We had 4 sacks that game between Kenny. I'm just going to say Kenny W.
Wilkes, Wilkies. I
Yeah.
want to say it.
Garrett Marino, Sean Mahone, and TJ Carter.
Yeah. The boys were eating. Especially,
Yep.
I mean, we kind of had them. Like I said, we were in front of them, so they were kind of playing catch up the whole time. So, boys got to pin their ears back and go get after the quarterback.
Right, and it's always nice whenever the defense is stepping up too and making it a little bit easier on the offense, so they can go down there and do what they need to do and put points on the board.
Right.
Whenever the defense can get the ball back for the offense, that's huge.
Absolutely. Speaking of getting the ball back, Nate Brooks with his first interception on the season, so that was a big momentum shifter in the game. So, I think
Huge.
like I said, when they need to shine, and it's not always one guy, man. It was the sum of all parts. First interception at a big point in the game.
Right. I mean, they say this all the time about the NFL. A lot of good teams or like good matchups. It comes down to 2 to 3 big plays.
Mm-hmm.
If they're executed correctly or not, those are deciding factors of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always those pivotal plays when something happens. You can either somebody steps up or you don't. And you go home sad. So, thank you, Nate Brooks.
Yeah, thank you, Nate Brooks.
All right. Well, I mean, we kind of touched on it earlier, but moving forward, so game is week 1, so 12 p.m. That's March 30th.
March 30th in Memphis.
In Memphis.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't go to the season opener, but
no,
I'm still bitter about that.
Maybe next year they'll have season opener at Ford Field.
Yeah.
Did you see in the group chat earlier, Mike was a little concerned about if the Wings or the Pistons make it to the playoffs, how much do you think that might affect home games and attendance?
Choose my words wisely. If it affects it, I will be very happy to change my plans. if something happens,
it's understandable.
With the Pistons, I mean, you can't be mad, man. If you can't let that stop that wave. And right now, I mean, the Wings are on a heater. What are they, 7-1 since the hiring? So,
yeah, I seen something yesterday or the day before, and it said all Detroit sports are undefeated right now for the new year. Since the new year,
they were at one point.
Yeah,
they lost. It was like the day that post. I did see that too. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah,
but I saw that as well.
But I know I'm still going to the Panthers games. I'm going to be there.
We'll be there. We got the tickets, man. We can't not be there.
Got the tickets. Exactly.
Especially on Fridays.
Yeah, Friday night. They are Friday night games. Both of them are 8 o'clock games, I believe.
I'm just saying Friday night, Phil Ford Field, man.
Yeah, Phil Ford Field on Fridays.
Yes, all right. So now, I mean, looking forward to this first matchup. It's like we said, it's hard to really judge because I mean, you want to talk about Quinn Normandy since you were really eager earlier.
Right. Yeah, I kind of put my foot in my mouth just thinking about him. But yeah, I think that's going to be a real game changer for this offense.
Mm-hmm.
He started a few times for the Brahmas last year, and he looked real hot, so we'll see what happens. I mean, the Brahmas, they were on a heater the second half of the season. They ended up making it to the conference.
I mean, yeah, they finished strong. I mean, what more can you ask for? Especially they
made it to playoffs
after that rough start. They had a lot of expectations, though.
Yeah.
But I mean, they got they got a lot of pickups on this team, man. So what are you expecting? What kind of turn? I mean, rightfully so. They had to overhaul this Showboats team, but
Right. There's a few key players that I see on here that haven't signed yet, like
your boy
Josh
Boogie,
Love,
he has he
Vinny.
has signed.
Those are people that haven't
Yeah,
like re-signed.
yeah,
Jaron Jones.
but
But yeah, they have signed a lot of new people, and they have a new head coach. I believe it's Ken Wisenhunt. So, like, if they can get all these new parts working and gelling together, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a tougher matchup than what we're expecting. I think it's gonna be a completely different team than what we seen last year.
I mean, absolutely, they got your boy Boogie up front, so it's
Yeah,
gonna be it's but new challenges all around, right? So
right.
their
I'm a big
offenses,
fan of him from the PFN Discord group. Like,
yeah,
I know he's
exactly.
pretty active in there, and he's pretty funny. He likes to shoot the crap with everybody and make everybody laugh. I mean,
He's
there's
one
a
of those
lot of
boys, man.
tomfoolery going on in that group, but there's a lot of football talk too.
Discord tomfoolery.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So now we've seen they got a whole new team essentially, not new team, but I mean their line, I believe their O line we were looking at. Yeah, their O line stayed relatively whole. They got some new pieces at guard, but how do you think that we're going to match up? Because I mean now seems like we're tooling the offense, what we're focusing on early, but
Right. We're kind of the opposite of them. We have a lot of key players and key parts of both sides of the ball returning
mm-hmm.
to our team. We don't have a lot of like off-season pickups or
Face
draftees that are signed right now. So, like, I think we'll see a lot of the same stuff, just more refined for the Panthers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, going into a new, another season, everybody together,
Yeah, everybody
especially
has more chemistry.
if
They've all
absolutely
worked
this.
together. They've all lived together. They've all done this before.
The cohesion is just going to be so much better, especially after the way last season ended. With the momentum we had going in. I mean, I think everybody's going to be really galvanized going in, and we got a good fan base here, man. I mean, like we talk about all the time, we have Ford Field, so they
Right.
have a lot to look forward to, as do we.
Mm-hmm. We also have a lot to lose if we don't, get the attendance numbers up.
Yeah,
Like if we lose Ford Field, that's gonna suck. I would hate for our team to be rebranded or have to go over to Grand Rapids or Ypsilanti or maybe even Ann Arbor. Like I've heard all rumors of those places for the Michigan Panthers because it's not just
are
like
they going to
a
play in the
city
big
team.
house?
Yeah, why would they go to Ann Arbor unless they
It's bigger.
utilize the college, the college town?
Yeah.
They'd have to really get it lean hard into the college fan base.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
We're going to fill Ford Field every Friday.
Yeah. And then we're going to bring the college fan base from Ann Arbor to Detroit.
Absolutely. You know what? I have faith that this is it's gonna pick up. I mean, it's funny watching the games and they kick field goals and there's nobody there.
Right.
We need
different.
to see it. Everybody around another year. I mean, the city is booming with football. We're starving for it. So
Yeah, and I'm trying to share it with everybody because the Lions are hot right now, man. And like you said, Detroit's a football town. Everybody's hungry for it.
absolutely,
So
strike while
after
iron's
this,
hot.
yeah, I'm like, hey, after the season ends, it's not the end of football. Come check us out at Ford Field, man. Like,
Absolutely,
you need to get there. You need to watch on TV.
this
Like,
experience is equal to, if not better, when you think of the fan experience and the football. I mean, the football is great. I mean, granted, it's not everybody's not the same, but it's great football.
it's really good football. I love it. It's great football. It's very competitive. Like we said, almost every team has guys they have to cut off before the beginning of the season.
And now, I mean, even with you think about all the players, each team has how many players that are in the NFL gaining experience, and they're bringing that all back. So,
Yep.
It's only going to get better from here, especially year 2.
Yeah, I feel like the product of the UFL is going to do nothing but get better. They're doing a lot of like technological stuff with that Google Cloud stuff that I shared with you earlier in the week.
Yep. All
I
the
had
just the
watched
data that they're collecting really from on the league. Yeah.
right, and they're using 2 big AI systems to interpret all that data to get the best fan experience possible from what I read.
Yeah, you clearly comprehended it more than I.
Yeah, I watched a few videos on it, and I dug into the programs a little bit, and I reread the article about how they were going to apply the programs. It sounds pretty cool.
All right. Well, you got anything else you want to touch on about this game?
No, I think we did pretty good, and we'll
So March 30th, 12 p.m. on
March 30th.
ESPN.
I'll be tuning in.
Oh yeah. So I have a feeling we'll probably be watching these together. So
yeah, I was thinking either on here or you got to come up here. I'll be going down there to you.
One of the two. Just jump down 94. We'll be all right.
Right.
All right. Well.
All right.
Comment, subscribe.
Yep.
Share it everywhere that you can. Definitely give us the likes on YouTube. That's where we need them.
Yeah. Yep. Give us all the likes you can. Comment, share, subscribe. Get as many people to the channel as you can. And as always, Panther fans, let's hunt.
Let's hunt.